Brazil is a country of contrasts, from golden sandy beaches to the favelas or shanty towns where poorer sections of Brazilian society live. The middle classes in this extremely young democracy of nearly 200 million people have also now discovered their voices, as the recent protests demonstrate. But there is one thing that unites the country: football. Football is everywhere, and I do mean everywhere.
I think the people that came to the friendly here had a good time. Everyone I talked to that came from England to the game, or English people that live here, said that the reception of the Brazilian people was very nice, very friendly.
So from the vendors on the beach, to waiters and the maids in the hotels, and I mean, the whole atmosphere is welcoming. And of course, there will be lots of parties to go to.
England fans will get a warm welcome in Brazil, but anyone coming here next year must plan their trip.
Being prepared, make sure that you know in the city that you've gone to, where's your hotel, have you booked your hotel, the stadium, how are you going to get there, the airport, how are you going to get to and from the airport. So to do your research before you come.
Now, nothing gets done quickly in Brazil, and that really does apply to travelling around the country. It is an enormous place, 7 times bigger than South Africa, where the last World Cup was, and the whole of Europe can fit into this country. The only way to get around is by flying. Now, Rio, this is where the heart of the World Cup is going to be and where England are going to be based. But if they've got to play a game up, say, in the Amazon, in Manaus, that's a 4-hour flight if the weather's good. If they've got to go up to the northeastern coastal cities of Fortaleza or Recife, that's at least a 3-hour flight. Even Sao Paulo, one of the nearest cities to Rio, the only way really to get there is by flying. So how much is this going to set you back? Well, Rio to Sao Paulo, you're looking at £150. If you've got to go up to the Amazon, to Manaus, book in advance, but it'll still cost you £300. So with all this time on your hands, you might fancy a little drink. Well, coconut water, one of these cost about £1. If you fancy a beer, you're looking at £2. In Rio, by the time the World Cup starts next year, there will not be a shortage of hotel rooms. There'll be 55,000 available. But do be careful what you wish for. Just on this strip of the famous Copacabana beach alone, every quote that we've had, minimum £1,000 a night stay. But you do get this rather good view. There are cheaper options. Many side street 3-star hotels are already thinking of groups of friends travelling together, extra beds in rooms to spread the cost. But what World Cup doesn't come with a little inflation? £80 a night will become £300 per room per night by next year. Pacified favelas or safe favelas have many tourist hostels. They'll be basic but cheap. And if you thought about pitching a tent on a beach, think again. Brazil has yet to fully embrace camping. Security is an issue to take very seriously. Brazil, like many countries, has its dangerous areas.
You just have to be careful and sensible as you would be in any big tourist city. You've got to look out for certain things, but it is no different to any other city.
Brazil is lively, vibrant, yet somehow very laid back. Just one bit of advice. If you head away from Rio to the northeast coast, choose where you swim carefully. Geraint Hughes, Sky Sports, Rio.